The Indiana Fever acknowledged Caitlin Clark's recent engagement. She fervently advocated for women's sports at the recent Indy Ignite volleyball match. Her presence not only invigorated the event but also underscored the strong solidarity among female athletes. Clark and Connor McCaffrey shared an enjoyable evening at the Indy Ignite volleyball game, where they supported the local team in its match against the Grand Rapids Rise. Their presence at courtside accentuated Clark's dedication to promoting women's sports following her impressive WNBA rookie season. The pair was observed applauding the athletes, while Clark enjoyed a bag of Sour Patch Kids, exemplifying the lively and celebratory atmosphere of the occasion. The Ignite exhibited a remarkable performance, defeating the Rise with scores of 25-18, 28-16, and 25-16. This victory marked their second successive triumph in the Pro Volleyball Federation, demonstrating their robust commencement to the season. Following the match, Clark devoted time to take photographs with the team, highlighting her commitment to elevating women's athletics and nurturing community support. The players from the Ignite conveyed their enthusiasm regarding Clark's presence, emphasizing her popularity and influence within the sports realm. Azani Taylor, one of the athletes, remarked on the delight of having such a prominent figure in attendance, reflecting the affirmative impact of Clark's involvement. The spirit of camaraderie among female athletes was evident, with shared sentiments regarding the necessity of mutual support in women's sports. Clark's recent appearance during the Ignites game prompted a response from the Fever on social media, evident in a post disseminated through the team's official Instagram account. Moreover, the event served as a notable reminder of the escalating acknowledgement of women's sports, propelled by ardent supporters and committed athletes. Clark's participation in the volleyball game exemplified the manner in which women bolster one another in sports, cultivating an empowering atmosphere. In summary, the evening transcended mere volleyball. It emphasized the critical role of visibility and advocacy in women's sports. Clark remains a stalwart champion of this initiative, motivating both current and future generations of female athletes. Caitlin Clark's stalker has been charged and has entered a guilty plea. However, regrettably, the media coverage has been insufficient. Although some outlets reported on the issue, WNBA athletes and even ESPN have remained largely silent on the matter. Bobby Burek, a journalist for Outkick, promptly criticized those who failed to express their support for Caitlin Clark regarding this incident. Michael Thomas Lewis transmitted numerous offensive and sexually explicit messages and traveled from Texas to Indianapolis to be nearer to Clark. Lewis also contacted her while driving near her residence and stated that he passed Gainbridge Fieldhouse at least 3 times daily. As a consequence of his stalking behavior, Clark was compelled to alter her routines and habits out of concern for her safety. Burek not only charged the media with inadequate coverage of the news but also leveled accusations against WNBA athletes. This was notably evident after Caitlin Clark faced criticism from the New York Times for her silence regarding the online harassment experienced by Chennedy Carter and Dejonai Carrington subsequent to their fouling her. Lewis, aged 55, admitted to the allegations against him, revealing that he had fantasized about a romantic relationship with a 22-year-old basketball player. Clark's legal team has petitioned the court for a restraining order intended to prohibit Lewis from approaching Gainbridge Fieldhouse, Hinkle Fieldhouse, and herself. Caitlin Clark and her partner, Connor McCaffrey, were recently observed at a Pro Volleyball Federation match in Indiana, during which the Indiana Fever player shared a heartwarming interaction with a young admirer. In the now famous clip, Clark is shown crouching down to take a photo with an ecstatic little girl, who is visibly thrilled to meet her role model. McCaffrey is also seen nearby, applauding with the crowd following the home team's victory. The clip generated a wave of enthusiasm among Clark's supporters, with many stating that it is impossible not to appreciate her. Caitlin Clark has exhibited a lifelong enthusiasm for sports beyond just basketball. During the WNBA off-season, she took part in several golf pro-ams and has recently appeared at the state's volleyball tournament in its inaugural season. Due to Caitlin Clark's influence, the Indiana Fever is set to become the 5th WNBA team to establish a dedicated performance center. Recent reports indicate that the Fever will commence construction on a $78 million state-of-the-art training facility, conveniently located near Gainbridge Fieldhouse, the site of their home games. Clark announced this news on her Instagram, much to the surprise and joy of Indiana Fever followers. The Performance Center is anticipated to be completed by the 2027 WNBA season and will include 2 basketball courts, a comprehensive weight room, multiple recovery areas, and an aesthetically pleasing courtyard for players to unwind during training. Former WNBA player Lisa Leslie praised Clark on Instagram, acknowledging her significant influence on the fever that has inspired this initiative. Wow! The impact of Caitlin Clark has truly been transformative. Love it, wrote Lisa Leslie on her Instagram. Caitlin Clark's influence extends beyond the Indiana Fever to encompass the WNBA as a whole. Following her entrance into the league, the WNBA's viewership ratings have significantly increased, with thousands of fans expected to flock to Gainbridge Fieldhouse in the upcoming season to catch a glimpse of the basketball sensation. Emerging college basketball talent Juju Watkins is being heralded as the next Caitlin Clark. However, her performance during games indicates that the 19-year-old may soon surpass the Indiana Fever legend. Clark rose to prominence at the University of Iowa, setting the record as the highest scorer in NCAA Division I history with 3,951 points throughout her 4 years with the Hawkeyes. Watkins, representing the USC Trojans within the Big Ten Conference, has reached 1,000 career points in merely 38 games, outpacing Clark by 2 games. Just 10 months following the remarkable achievements of the former Hawkeye star, the Trojan talent has amassed 1,353 career college points. Additionally, she has scored 30 points or more in 18 games, compared to Clark's 23 occurrences of this milestone during her collegiate tenure. Although Watkins still has considerable ground to cover to eclipse Clark's record, her impressive average of 25.5 points this season suggests she is well positioned to do so. She is also aiming to surpass Clark's additional records, including assists. However, with her current total of 178, she necessitates further progression to approach Clark's 1,144, as reported by the Irish Star. Moreover, Watkins has proudly secured 2 gold medals with the USA women's international team at the youth level, during the FIBA U16 Americas Championship and the FIBA U17 World Cup. This season, she has consistently outperformed stars like the Yukon Huskies' Paige Bookers. During her senior year at Sierra Canyon School, Watkins was recognized as the premier recruit in her class by ESPN and received the honor of National High School Player of the Year. Her inaugural game with the Trojans was nothing short of phenomenal, as she scored 32 points in an 83-74 upset against number 7 Ohio State, breaking the USC record for points in a freshman debut, previously held by 4-time Olympic gold medalist Lisa Leslie. Watkins continued to impress, achieving a career high of 51 points, and securing 11 rebounds in a 67-58 victory over Stanford merely 2 months later. Her outstanding freshman season at USC featured averages of 27.1 points per game, 7.3 rebounds, and 3.3 assists, earning her first-team All-American accolades and leading the Trojans to a 29-6 record, along with an Elite Eight appearance in the NCAA tournament. Her extraordinary ability has even attracted the attention of Hall of Fame NBA coach George Karl, who confidently stated that Watkins could succeed in the NBA. As exceptional as Caitlin Clark is, I believe Juju Watkins may even be superior, Karl remarked on social media, adding, she appears to possess the size, athleticism, and skill to compete at some level in the NBA. Watkins' impact extends well beyond the court, similar to Fever star Clark. Her coach at USC, Lindsay Gottlieb, highlighted that younger fans are now emulating Watkins' distinctive bun hairstyle, underscoring the starlet's increasing influence on the sport. Juju has truly made a significant cultural impact, Gottlieb stated to USA Today. The young girls and boys attending the games, and the effect it has had on our program is profound. It is challenging to influence winning to this extent. She has come in and made winning a reality. Others of remarkable talent have also joined, and this conversation begins. Young girls can witness this, don the bun hairstyle, and aspire to emulate these women. Watkins embodies not only an impressive presence on the scoreboard but also appears to be pioneering in the business realm. Featured in NBC's docuseries On the Rise, Juju Watkins, she has broken new ground with unprecedented name, image, and likeness agreements, collaborating with esteemed brands such as Nike, State Farm, Gatorade, and Beats by Dre. However, The most extraordinary element of Watkins' rapidly growing prominence at the age of 19 is her remarkable decision to invest in the Unrivaled League, a 3-on-3 women's basketball league that showcases WNBA legends like Angel Reese and Lexi Hull. Watkins has become part of an elite group in the league's recent $28 million investment round, alongside prominent figures such as Milwaukee Bucks star Giannis Antetokounmpo, Minnesota Timberwolves Joe Ingles, esteemed South Carolina women's basketball coach Dawn Staley, and Olympic champion Michael Phelps. While her financial trajectory seems promising, Watkins' potential on the court positions her as a probable future star in the WNBA. Nonetheless, she will need to exercise patience before competing against established talent such as Clark and Reese. In accordance with the Los Angeles Times, for a local talent to qualify for the WNBA draft, they must reach the age of 22 within the draft year or have graduated college within 3 months prior. This age requirement has been incorporated into the league's collective bargaining agreement since its inception in 1999, possibly delaying Watkins' draft anticipation until 2027. USC's assistant coach Chris Coclanes is confident that the young athlete possesses the skills for the professional league. "To be completely honest, I believe she could come off the bench and serve as a spark plug for a team right now," he observed. She would need to adjust due to the transition from high school to college and now from college to the professional level. It represents an entirely new pace and physicality. However, given how well she has adapted here, I am confident she will manage it. While Watkins' debut in the WNBA may be a while away, supporters of the emerging star can observe her performance when the Trojans face off against the Purdue Boilermakers at 7 p.m. ET on Wednesday, January 22. WNBA athlete Lexi Hull conveyed her enthusiasm regarding the Indiana Fever's announcement of a $78 million advanced practice facility, underscoring its importance for the team's future. This investment not only aims to advance player development but also highlights the team's dedication to the enhancement of women's basketball. Indiana has unveiled an ambitious initiative to develop a $78 million state-of-the-art practice facility, projected to be inaugurated prior to the 2027 WNBA season. This upcoming performance center, strategically situated in downtown Indianapolis and linked to Gainbridge Fieldhouse through a skybridge, embodies the organization's dedication to advancing player development. With the rise of prominent players such as Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston, the Fever are strategically positioning themselves for a more promising future within the league. The facility will incorporate 2 regulation-sized courts featuring abundant natural light, alongside advanced strength and conditioning apparatus. Players can anticipate access to a comprehensive kitchen, designated areas for yoga and Pilates, and a hydration station, all meticulously designed to bolster their health and athletic performance. Indiana engaged with players during the planning process to ensure the center aligns with their preferences, reflecting the organization's commitment to athlete welfare. Beyond training spaces, the facility will provide opulent amenities including a spa-like setting equipped with massage services, infrared light therapy, and several hydrotherapy pools. A private outdoor courtyard and mental performance areas will further enrich the overall experience for the athletes. Lexi Hull, one of the team's prominent players, underscored the significance of having these resources readily available on-site to facilitate optimal recovery and preparation. Recently, Hull expressed her insights regarding Indiana's new sports performance center valued at $78 million, which is highlighted on the team's official Instagram account. Kelly Krauskopf, the president of the team, emphasized that this investment signifies the team's commitment to furnishing premier resources for female athletes. The new facility aspires to distinguish the franchise within the league, contributing to a notable trend among WNBA teams that are increasing their investments in superior training environments. In summary, the development of this elite practice center represents a pivotal advancement for Indiana. It not only reaffirms their dedication to player development but also elevates the broader landscape of women's sports in Indiana.